Flagstone is home. We heard about Flagstone through friends who had recently moved in. They recommended it highly. So I asked Don if he would be interested in visiting and looking at it.
And I said, not really, because I really wasn't very interested in moving. As people here are fond of saying, they weren't ready yet. Yeah, I thought maybe another 10 years, and really didn't want to leave the nice big house that we had.
I was absolutely certain that we would not be able to take care of the house that we had and all of the things that we had collected over decades that were in the house. And I wanted to deal with that myself and not leave it for our 3 children to deal with.
So said, okay, Janet, let's go look at it. But we're just going to look at it. We're not going to sign anything. So he came over. We met with the marketing folks, and so we did the usual, the tour. I mean, I can't imagine anybody that would tour the place and not come away saying, boy, that's a very nice facility. I mean, it's got everything. It's got a fitness center, it's got a pool, it's got a dining room, it's got meeting rooms, it's got everything. As it turns out, it is a community which is run by, all the activities are developed by the residents. It's not a staff-driven community. Staff here is wonderful, but the residents decide what they want to do and what sorts of things take place here. So it's been a good move in spite of my kicking and screaming. Janet always says that I was dragged across the deck and she can still see my heel marks. Wasn't quite that bad, but it was close to that. It was the meeting of the other residents and hearing their stories as to what they went through. And they were all different, but they had a common theme, and that was it was time for us to do something different with our living. Understanding that there were people who had gone through a decision process that was maybe similar to yours, and they liked it, kind of said to me that, well, I guess if they could do it, I don't know why we couldn't do it. When I stopped kicking and screaming, I recognized that this would be a very, since it has all 4 forms of care in senior living, independent, assisted living, nursing care, and memory care, that should any of those be needed by either of us, they were here. We didn't have to pick up, call general transition, move all the stuff. We could stay in this building with all of the people that we've got to know and love and the staff here. We just moved to a different part of the building. And that made a lot of common sense.
We have 3 children, two boys and a daughter, and they are relieved that we are here. You're not alone here. And if somebody's going through some struggles in their life, there are people who are now your friends who are there to support and care about you.
There's always gathering groups. Is a little bistro, and there are always 4 or 5 tables of residents there, having coffee, having breakfast, just chatting. If you walk by there as a new resident, you're constantly saying, come sit with us, even though you don't know any of them. And by the time you finish breakfast or whatever it is, you know 3 or 4 of them.
The movie theater is one of our favorite places. Every Tuesday night, there is a movie. Every Friday night, there is a movie. It's large, comfortable, has its own popcorn machine,
And it's always filled.
Yes. Another department that I use a lot is the physical fitness center. Personal training is also available, and that's what I use. We've made incredible progress in my strength and balance, and that makes me happy and confident.
Anybody who has looked at a senior living facility knows that there's going to be some form of money that you put down. Here it was simpler than most. In many of the other places that have friends that have been, the deposit is really just a down payment, like a down payment when you buy a house. You're not going to get it back. You don't get a down payment after you buy the house. You don't get that back. And so people may think, oh, that's what it is. Well, not here. At Flagstone, it is truly what it says. It's a deposit. And you get it back. I think Flagstone is a never the same kind of community. It's always changing. It's always up to date. It's just, Janet says it's home. Okay? It's a fun home.